Allegations revolved around the idea that images that were published in his papers had been manipulated and photoshopped to show results that they did not actually represent.
Although he has been exonerated of research misconduct, today the president of Stanford University announced he is stepping down. Good evening, I'm Ahmed Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. In his announcement, Mark Tessier-Lavigne said his resignation was, quote, for the good of the university.
ABC 7 News South Bay reporter Dustin Dorsey has the details and reaction from the college reporter who broke the story.
Stanford is greater than any one of us. I therefore concluded that I should step down. Words from a campus-wide letter by President Mark Tessier-Lavigne announcing his resignation on August 31st as head of the university amid research misconduct investigations. Liz Linquister is a Stanford alum who is a journalist for our media partner, the San Francisco Standard, and has reported on this controversy. She says this alleged misconduct and other issues, such as recent student deaths by suicide on campus, have created a difficult environment for students. Linquister believes Tessier-Lavigne stepping down is a good step for the school.
I think most faculty and students and affiliates of the university saw it as a long time coming.
Findings from the investigation cleared Tessier-Lavigne of fraud or falsification of scientific data during research conducted before he took over as Stanford's president in 2016. However, the investigation found there was manipulation of data by researchers in 5 papers for which Tessier-Lavigne was the principal author. Investigators say he did not take the proper steps to correct the mistakes. Tessier-Lavigne said in a statement, although the report clearly refutes the allegation of fraud and misconduct that were made against me, for the good of the university, I have made the decision to step down as president. He will maintain a role as professor of biology on campus and will retract or make corrections to the papers in question. Stanford Daily Investigations editor Theo Baker first broke the news of the alleged research misconduct last year.
Research misconduct is something that is often shrouded in mystery. It is a conversation that really needs to be brought to the fore more, because there's a lot that I think people who are in my position a year ago did not necessarily have context to understand. And my understanding is that I do not believe that a number of these issues had been raised with Stanford at the time that he was selected.
Linquister says the work that Baker did in the resignation of Tessier-Lavigne highlight the power of student journalism.
As a freshman, holding power to account in the most basic and straightforward way should be commended. And it has been in awards, but I think that part of the conversation is really important here, because the Daily has done a lot of work to hold Stanford University, its own parent university, to account.
Professor Richard Soller will serve as the interim president as a search for Tessier-Lavigne's successor begins. At Stanford University, Dustin Dorsey, ABC 7 News.